Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jackery and I'm a second year medical student studying at UCL. Today you guys will be joining me on a typical day in my life at medical school, so grab a snack, lay back and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I woke up around 7 AM. I always like to wake up early even on the days I don't have an early start at university because it kind of sets the pace for my day in a way. I start off by brushing my teeth and washing my face before I pop on a hoodie because it's quite cold in the UK, and then I head down to the kitchen to have my breakfast.
قلبي وروحي أحرفي ولساني عربية ثم الوصوف تضيع.
For breakfast, I have some overnight oats. I heat in the microwave for 1 minute, although it can be eaten cold. It's just that it was already too cold that morning, so a bit of warmth was nice. I also like to use breakfast as a time to just catch up on some YouTube videos. This morning, specifically some Sidemen videos. It's just a quick way for me to relax. After breakfast, I sit at my desk and decide to be a bit studious and do some pre-reading on one of the sessions I have today on cartilage and endochondral ossification. Very fancy. I go through some of the pre-made notes on the topic and just familiarize myself with them so I'm not too lost during the class, and I find that even if I don't understand everything, it definitely helps in allowing me to keep up with the lecturer and understand what they're talking about. Once that's done, I pack up to prepare to head into hospital for my CPP sessions. At UCL, we have these sessions called Clinical and Professional Practice, or CPP for short. Today's session was just a chance to meet our new tutor, and this year I'm based at the Royal Free Hospital as opposed to the Whittington Hospital, which is where I was last year. I have to say I kind of prefer the Whittington. The Royal Free is a lot more confusing and a bit more ancient looking, but it's not too bad. The commute isn't too bad as well. Whilst I'm walking, I always like to listen to a podcast, but recently if I'm sat down on a train, I've started to read on my Kindle a bit more, and I find that it's just as fun in helping me pass the time. Sometimes I'll even do Anki on my commute. It really depends on what I'm feeling like. The session at the Royal Free wasn't anything too special, but once we were done, my friends and I decided to grab something to eat before our next session, which was on campus.
ولقد نهلنا فيك فقه المنهج الرباني.
Here you can see my friend Jackson enjoying his food. We then headed down to the Cruciform building, which is basically UCL Medical School's main building, and this was for our next session. This was actually the session that I prepared for beforehand in the morning, and I have to say it definitely helps a lot. Like I said, it just means that I'm a lot more familiar with a lot of the concepts the lecturer talks about, and it means that as I'm going through the session, it's a lot easier for me to fill in any gaps because I have a much better foundation. I also find that these sessions are quite useful if I'm doing it with some of my friends because it means I can just bounce off ideas off of them and they can do the same with me. I was kind of told by upper years as well, it's always easier to get through medical school with others rather than trying to solo it by yourself. Once the session finished, my friends and I decided to go to the Cruciform library to get some work done. Here you can see my friends discussing how they should walk through a door to make the vlog more aesthetic. Go in, bro.
Record us opening the door.
I already did, bro, but you ruined it by...
We didn't do it again. we don't talk. We talk while you record.
I'm including. So yes, we do have 2 takes of them walking through a door because I thought it was kind of funny and didn't want to delete the first take. During the study session, I primarily went through some Anki. I decided to kill some time on campus this way because I was planning to go to the Islamic Society's first event this year, which was just a quick meet and greet, and so I didn't really plan to do a crazy amount of work. As you can see though, the weather is so all over the place, and me being the smart individual that I am, I didn't have a coat with a hood on. I didn't really film during the event, but as you can see, by the time it was done, it was dark outside and still raining. Definitely had a lot of fun at the event, and it's something that I'm trying to consciously do a lot more this year, which is to kind of take part in more societies.
قلبي وروحي أحرفي ولساني عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي.
I have to say, one of my favourite things about studying in central London is walking through at night. There's something really beautiful about all the lights and just the vibe of it all, especially the main UCL building, which is shining green that night, but they kind of change the colour every so often, which I think is pretty cool. I then started my journey back home. I was quite tired by this point, so once I'd gotten home I didn't really record much, but when I did arrive home, all I really did was eat, go through a few more Anki cars, and then I just relax before heading to bed. Looking back on this, it's not something I do anymore. I don't know why I did more Anki cars once I got home, but I'm definitely a lot better now at compartmentalizing my day.
ورداتك هامت الأرواح حين استعذبت عرفا.
So that's all for my day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and definitely stay tuned for more vlogs and other videos in the future.